So speaking
of
video games, have you guys seen that Pokemon Tournament one coming out?
No.
Pokken Tournament?
Yeah. Pokken Tournament. It's a fighting video game with starring Pokemon characters.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to reference you for this, Bill, because I feel like you might have more knowledge than me. So there's Dissidia, but what's the other fighting game with Final Fantasy characters in it? Before that, way before that in PS1.
PS1, I don't remember.
But yeah, it'll be like that for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Whatever. I just saw the image of Pikachu in a luchador mask.
Oh yeah,
Pikachu. That's fucked up.
Pico Libre, I think they call them, or
It's awesome.
Yep.
What's your favorite type of Pokemon?
The one that can be the one that I can do my will.
So all of them.
Pretty much all of them.
I like Ghost Pokemon personally. Something about that
are they
Hypnotist Dream Eater just turns me on.
Are they really too spooky for you though?
I went. So like, here's the thing. Here's the thing you guys have to understand listening to this podcast right now. Like, Joe is a generally peaceful person, but when he gets drunk, the potential for violence is more and more. Yeah, so if you piss Joe off, he'll fucking kill you.
Which is
he could kill any one of us in this room.
I know, it's really spooky.
It's weird because I'm a happy drunk. On the subject of the perfect video game.
Okay.
I gotta find the right spot here. For me, a lot of it comes down to fighting games because I end up hating those the most, even though I love playing them. I hate that a lot of modern ones, including Super Smash Bros, Soul Calibur. I think
Mortal Kombat,
Tekken, other ones. Fucking all they do. If they come up with a new character or a new variation of a character, they make that a separate character. I want a fighting game where it's like, if that happened, it doesn't take up another slot that could be given to a new character or an older character that could be brought back. It's that character, and then you can like alternate between like, oh, here's costumes, and it also changes their fighting style or something.
Yeah. Well, you're explaining what happened in the first Marvel vs. Capcom, where certain characters, you'd beat the game with that character. Like if you beat the game with Iron Man, you go back to character select to your next playthrough, and you hold down R1 and R2. You play as War Machine, kind of the same movesets, but like he had like different specials, and you know he didn't have Repulsor Blast or the Proton Cannon. He had other things.
Yeah, video games.
Or like Wolverine, you had 1990s Wolverine, and if you unlocked his special, it was 1970s comic book Wolverine.
So different.
Yeah.
So let's begin. First of all, what's your favorite fighting game, Bill?
Super Smash Bros.
Yep, exactly what I would have said.
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros.
And not just because it's the latest like hot item fighting game. It's been my favorite since Nintendo 64.
Right, it's a fighting game that if you are button mashing, you're gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I have a treat for all of you. Do you guys like fighting games in general?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on and look at saltybet.com. It's essentially a fighting game where any single programmer can create a character.
Oh,
I've heard of that.
I have heard of that.
SaltyBet is amazing. I watch it at work literally all day.
That's awesome. But one of those arguments comes from like Super Smash Bros. Where it's like, okay, here's Mario. Okay, here's a new character, Dr. Mario.
Well, what the fuck do you want the programmers to do? You fucking dickwad?
Well, for me, it's like, okay, Dr. Mario could be an alternate skin for Mario.
Right, but
It doesn't need to be a separate character.
look, so they're in between two behemoths right now. One of them is the behemoth of their own creativity, what they want to do with the game. And the second is the behemoth of the people who are making them make the game now and making the game fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not really their fault.
It's not.
No, because, like, Dr. Mario and all that, like, was great in Super Smash Bros. People enjoyed playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that different, really.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Mario was a fucking puzzle game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like it goes to like showing the older, like on another note, like they had Link and then they had Toon Link for the last one, where he was just a midget clone of Link, but now in this new one he actually has different moves.
Well,
his
I mean, his
boomerang
B up
operates
was different.
Yeah, his up B is different. His down B is different. His like not down B, the down A, where
his moves were different.
Yeah, like
move set.
Where his like up smash attack for regular Link was a triple strike upwards, or Toon Link's just one. Like
that's the thing I find amazing about video games in general. Like we can do video games and we can do them for the corporate scale, but once modders get a hold of them, you get Super Smash Bros. M, which is a perfectly balanced version of Super Smash Bros. Where everybody can play in tournament. Play with everybody perfectly balanced.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Super Smash Bros. M?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like, it's great. It's
like
fantastic.
You're allowed to play Meta Knight because he's been nerfed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if they have done it with the new version yet.
Probably not.
See, I used to play Meta Knight all the time, and I thought I was just decent at the game.
You thought you were good.
Fucking...
There's this guy named David.
Thank you.
At our
What's
college.
his last name?
We don't need to throw his last name out there, but he thought he was Sonic the Hedgehog anyways.
Oh, yeah.
The way he ran.
He thought he was Naruto.
Sonic?
Really.
He was freaking ninja guy.
Yeah, he was
Yeah, he
Naruto.
thought he was an anime character.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. That's
He played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. But anyways,
It's
this
time
guy...
to duel.
tell a story, Colorado.
Well, I mean, so he was very, very into Super Smash Bros. And I always played as Fox. No matter what game, I'd always play as Fox. His Metamite cheap shit moves fucking kicked my ass, and I was never so pissed in my life. And I was so glad Chris was there to kick his ass, to put him in his fucking place.
Well, you know what happened is that since he was Meta Knight, I figured, okay, so he's gonna come quick. Huh? I just need someone that can just handle the little hits. So I played as Ike. And then he's trying to get me with that left B move where he's when he drills. Yeah. I'm just like A kick, punch, slam, and he just goes flying. I'm like fuck you and your stupid little slashes.
That's the other thing about Super Smash Bros. One time I was in a Best Buy and I was playing against this little kid. Yeah, I was probably like 16 at the time, 17, whatever it was. And he was fucking Donkey Kong and he's pressing down B over and over again. I was like, fuck you! You stupid little shit! And I couldn't fucking kill him, and it was terrible.
Did you just punch him in real life to show him?
I'm not a violent person, Joe.
I would have punched him.
I have a story like that. I went to a camp, and they had like this area where it had all these Nintendo consoles set up, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64. There was Smash Bros. Melee on a GameCube set up in a corner, and this one kid was just killing everybody, and I just go over and sit down, and I've played the game for years. At the time, I could say I was really great. I could be full of shit now, but I was like, what's this game? How do you play? Oh, Jigglypuff, that's cute. And he's like, you don't want to play as Jigglypuff. I'm like, no, I think this will be fun. And so he chooses whoever. It was either... I can't even remember. I just was like, oh, Jigglypuff. And so I kicked his ass.
But, I mean, like, honestly, I would bet any one of you good money that I could kick your ass at Super Smash.
Oh, probably.
You see,
But this guy fucking down being his Donkey Kong. Like, fuck you stupid piece of shit.
You see, I've had that, and I play a lot of wrestling games, or I used to, like WWF or WWE, whenever they switched.
Yeah.
But, I was really good, and then I'd have, little kids come over because they were, siblings of my friends, and they would, win because they're just sitting there, hiding, just doing a down kick.
So,
and I would reach over and I'd shove them over because I'm like, fuck you.
The greatest part of those wrestling games was when we were playing in college, and we were playing that wrestling game where you have to grab the belt from the top.
Oh, yeah, the ladder match.
The ladder match. So what I would do is I would take the ladders and I would bring them all the way to the back of the stage and set them up there. So screw you, Chris. They have to run all the way there to get the ladders.
Knock
and
you
then
down.
I would punch them and then grab the ladders and bring them back to the back of the stage. So our match would literally last 3 hours because I was always digging around with them.
I don't know, man.
That stuff was great.
My favorite game, though, I haven't played a wrestling game in forever. I want to try out the new one once I eventually get Xbox One. But
come on already,
I
seriously.
know,
Fuck, man.
But my favorite, oddly enough, is Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur, I played Joe at a number of times, and I have beaten him like 1 times out of 10 with just button mashing.
Which is
sad as shit, really.
But at the same time, I go online and I lose to a guy who's just a guy in a thong.
Right, but Soul Calibur.
Because that's all who plays Soul Calibur online.
Hi!
But I love their creative character has gotten a lot better. But again, they're the same type that does that shit of like, oh, here's this one character, here's this character, exactly the same, dressed exactly the same, but they have a different moveset. They take up another character slot that could have been someone new, someone old, that I would have been more interested in.
You strike me as a person who, if committed to it even a little bit, could be way better at video games than all of us combined. Like, you could fucking be streaming on Twitch and shit if you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
I've told you about my days playing SWAT at Halo 4. You were
Yeah,
there.
but SWAT is for fucking noobs. Go play Call of Duty, you piece of shit.
How's SWAT for... What?
Because
You have to shoot them...
Right,
Especially in Halo 4, you have to shoot them directly in the head, otherwise it's like 3-4 shots in their stomach, and by that time they've already accidentally hit you in the head.
So this is my criticism for SWAT. Alright?
Uh-huh.
SWAT is for people who would rather play Call of Duty. So if you expect them down a hallway that you know they're coming down, you can shoot them in the head. But can you shoot them in the head 4 times in a row while they're jumping around and shit?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was at.
Well, there you
because
are.
I did.
But you're actually good at video games. You're not a Call of Duty player.
I never camped when I was playing Halo 4.
Yeah, I know. I played with you.
I was, if anything, I was like, okay, I have this building I'm currently in. This is my building. I'm watching the whole thing.
Like, I'll be honest, you're not a noob or anything like that, because you know your shit. But in general, SWAT players are fucking noobs who should just go back and play Call of Duty.
That makes sense.
Yeah.